Empyre Avengers issue 3 sees Shanna remember the first time her and Kevin met, knowing right off the bat he was trouble, and over the years he proved it again and again. But their adventures created a bond between them, a bond of love, allowing them to forge a life for themselves in the Savage Lands, eventually marrying and starting a family. In the present, Ka-Zar is stabbed by the Cotati wielding the Ebony Blade, angering Shanna, as in Manhattan, Vision, Dr. Nemesis and Luke Cage try and stop the overpowered Plant Man. Vision tells Luke that he's got a plan, but it will hurt him, but Cage doesn't care as Vision faces his hand through Plant Man's back, not intending to hurt the being, but Luke pushing the man painfully out of the beast's maw. Dr. Nemesis continues shooting his herbicide at the soldiers as Luke grabs a cop car, using it to smash the remaining plant soldiers in their way. Nemesis soon runs out of his chemicals as Plant Man plans on growing more of his soldiers from his seeds, but Vision blasts them with his head beam, saying he can't grow them if there's no water for his seeds to grow in. Luke throws yet another car at the villain as in Mexico, Wonder Man and his team are attacked by the Kree-Skrull Alliance, who are also attacking each other. Simon wonders how they can stop these alien idiots from killing one another, but Quicksilver has an idea. Having recovered from his arrow wound, he speeds around the battlefield, taking down the Alliance forces until only one Kree soldier remains, surrendering to Mockingbird. The Mockingbird smashes him in the gut, telling Simon that that cheap shot was 100% necessary. 60 miles west, Pietro dumps all of the Alliance weapons off a cliff, cursing the fools and their wars. In the caves under the Savage Lands, Black Knight and the heroes continue their battle with the Cotati, pushing them back thanks to Man-Thing. Shanna advances on the Cotati general, angered he killed her husband. The other Cotati call the general a fool for turning Shanna against him, but the woman says that she never joined them. They warped her mind and made her hurt the people she cares about, but her power is more than just a weapon. She blasts the general apart with her powers, saying that she is the Savage Lands, and the Cotati do not belong there. Scarlet Witch subdues the shaman nearby before intending to look into bringing Ka-Zar back to life. Wanda says that Kevin was killed by the Ebony Blade, and it's far more than a normal sword, calling on Jericho for his help, telling the man that Kevin's soul is stuck in the sword. Jericho knows that if his body is too far gone, then they cannot replace the soul into it, but Shanna knows the waters nearby will help her dead husband. Black Knight and Matthew meanwhile are overwhelmed by the Cotati, but thanks to Man-Thing regaining his own mind, they are shielded from the arrow volley fired at them. However, Matthew catches an arrow in the shoulder. As Jericho and Wanda try and pull Kevin's soul from the sword, Shanna puts his body in the healing waters of the jungle. The Cotati archer finds her, calling her a traitor and firing on her, but the enraged Shanna breaks the arrow with her powers, as Jericho knows that they are out of time. Grabbing her husband, Shanna calls for him to come back to her, causing an explosion of green energy. Ka-Zar is returned to life, telling his wife that he is there and he isn't going anywhere. The Cotati try and rally their forces, saying that they outnumber the humans, but Ka-Zar knows that since they tried to steal the spirit of the Savage Land, the jungle now senses danger, and it's ready to defend itself accordingly, sending hundreds of dinosaurs to the battle. Later, the remaining Cotati are imprisoned as Wanda recommends Kevin get some bed rest, since after all he did just die. Black Knight thanks Man-Thing for his assistance, wondering if he will be sticking around, but the creature silently sinks down into the ground, disappearing as the Cotati says that they only captured a mere strike team and nothing more, but Jericho knows that every battle counts in its own way. The Cotati, however, know that this battle gave their leader a valuable set of information. Wanda contacts T'Challa for an update, but is greeted by Shuri, who says that they need to get to Wakanda to help her, since the Black Panther is dead and the entire nation is under siege. Empyre Avengers issue 3 was a great action-packed issue that capped off the alternate Avengers team adventures. I thoroughly enjoyed these teams getting the spotlight, and a big one at that, after they held back forces which, had they gotten into the Savage Lands, probably could have turned the tide of war. One thing I felt this issue lacked was more of a concrete ending to the other teams outside of the Savage Lands. It's like they were kind of an afterthought in favor of the larger team, and it felt like maybe there might have been pages cut or part of the script cut down. It would have been really cool to see them all assemble together at the end to defend the Savage Lands, but alas they did not. While this marks the end for these teams, I very much would like to see them again at some point. They are a really well put together group. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10.